Thanks everybody for joining us today on Live News the Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today we're with Amy Knipp. She's from the Caligon Festival. Amy, thanks for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
Amy, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up? And let's talk about your career up until this point with the festival.
Sure. Well, I am from Independence, born and bred Independence, Missouri. Lived here my whole life and grew up around the festival, Santa Caligon days. And just a few years ago, I worked for the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce oversees Santa Caligon. Worked for them about 6 months, about 6 years ago, and took a brief respite working for the school district and came back just about a year ago to oversee the festival.
Wow, that's quite a change. What brought you back into the public business community side?
Actually, I again, Independence is a fairly small community as far as it has a small feel to it. It's a very large city, but has that hometown feel. And my husband has been on the Santa Caligon committee for years and years. I've volunteered and been part of it for years and years. And so when it came time to backfill that position, you know, it's a pretty unique position. And so they needed someone that kind of knew the festival and had been around it and knew the feel of it and kind of the feel for the community. So I certainly didn't know everything, but I'd worked with the chamber folks before and just kind of from knowing someone basically.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So let's talk about the festival. What does it look like? What does it feel like when you're on the grounds? Let's start with that.
You know what? It's absolutely amazing. It covers multiple square blocks here in the downtown area of Independence. So the historic part of Independence. We have a very large main stage. We have a community stage. We've got about 400 vendor booths that encompass the grounds. And the best thing of that is it's people who are there making money for profit. It's nonprofits that are out there earning money. It's Boy Scouts and mission trips, youth groups for mission trips. And then again, just, you know, mom and pops that are out there, small businesses making money. But it's big. We get over right at about 300,000 people over the course of the 4-day Labor Day weekend. So it's a very large festival.
So describe what it looks like. So give me an idea of what kind of vendors are there. Do you have entertainment? Do you have street acts? What does it look and feel like for you?
Well, typically what we kind of have always built ourselves as an arts and craft festival. So as you can imagine, over the last 10 or 15 years, that's changed a lot because quite honestly, people don't need to come to Santa Caligon to sell their things that they make at home. They can pop online and sell via eBay and gosh, whatever else is out there. So it's changed a little bit. So we do have commercial booths, which we are, people who we say buy to sell. They go to market and they come back and sell it here at Santa Caligon. But then we do still have a lot of vendors that truly craft things and come and sell them. So it could be that wooden sign that they've created at home, Christmas ornaments, dog treats, different kinds of food items. Freeze-dried candy is a new thing that I just discovered last year. So it's a lot of that type of stuff as far as the booths. And then we have a lot of food vendors, of course. Who doesn't love to go and have all those delights on a stick when they come to a festival? It's the best part of it. And the nonprofits are very good about that. The nonprofits we have the Scout Troop that sells the Dutch oven cobbler every year, or the funnel cakes from different churches. So it's got that very much hometown feel with a commercial aspect as well. But the main stage is huge. It's all free. The entire festival is completely free, and we get really great acts at our main stage.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, real quick, let's talk about the freeze-dried candy because I just saw that this week in Missouri as we were traveling across on I-70, and it's in tiny packages.
Who knew? I know.
There's no way it can be good. It's good?
It is good. It is good. Yeah, it looks we had to have several bags here at the chamber, and yeah, everybody tried it as it went through, and they're already coming back, and we actually just signed a second vendor who's going to be
does it expand? Does it expand in your mouth? Like how does it work?
No, it's kind of almost like freeze-dried, like dried fruit or something.
Yeah.
It's like a Starburst that tastes, dried.
Man, I guess I'll have to try it. Okay.
It's crazy. Yes, absolutely.
So Amy, you are obviously in the right position for you, coordinating people, giving back to your community. What are the rewards for you in these moments of the festival? Like, can you give us some specific moments where you're like, "Phew, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be and why I'm supposed to be doing it"? Like, yeah,
I love that. That's a good question. Absolutely. And like I said, I'm Independence born and bred, and vendors. We had multiple vendors come back last year, and COVID and everything else, you always wonder what's going to happen with vendors. And we had vendors who came in last year on Friday night, and they said, 20, so last year was 22, 2021, they said was our best year ever. And they came in Friday night, Saturday morning when you'd see them, and they said, 2021 was our best year, but this year's beating it. We're already beating it there. To see these people work so hard throughout the year, and to see them making money and just glowing because they're being successful and they're seeing the fruits of their labors is one of them.
yeah.
One of the other things, honestly, probably the one that touches my heart the most is those kids. When you go by the booths and you see those scouts and they are out there schlepping their cobbler and the pulled pork, and they're learning the value of working hard to earn money. And that is such a traditional Midwest. I love that that's still there, and that's huge. And they make a ton of money to go to a scout camp and to go to football camps or mission trips. And that is number one, my favorite thing. I get a little teary-eyed just walking through and seeing that. It's a great thing.
No, that's spectacular. That's fantastic. Great. I can't wait to look more into this. Tell us exactly when this festival happens.
It's always Labor Day weekend. So
Okay.
this year it'll be on September 1st through the 4th. We're open. We go till about 11 a.m. on Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, and then on till about 5 o'clock on Monday.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay, Amy, because I am in live entertainment and live music and live events, I always ask these two questions no matter who we're talking to. So first question is, best concert you've ever seen in your entire life? Who would that be?
Well, I have to say, again, I'm Kansas City. So it was Garth Brooks when he had kind of his comeback tour thing, and he sold one concert, and then lo and behold, they opened another one. I think he ended up doing 7+ anyway when he came back, sold out shows. That hands down, it helped that we had some good friends who had a suite. So I saw the Garth Brooks comeback concert in a suite. That was great. That was great.
For sure.
And what was the other question? I'm sorry.
So your final question will be, you can bring one act to the Santa Caligon. Who would you bring?
Well, I'll tell you, in the immediate, like right now, Hardy. We would love to get Hardy. He's out of our budget, but I just discovered him not too long ago, and I love, oh my gosh, he's fantastic. Last year we had the Red Clay Strays. Are you familiar with them?
I'm not, no.
Oh my gosh, they were fantastic. But gosh, favorite act ever. Oh, you know who it would be? This is me, John Denver.
Oh, there you go. Boy, that would be.
And I, to have heard him in live concert would have rocked my world.
Yeah, that would have been spectacular.
Yeah,
absolutely. Very good. Very good. Amy, how do people find out more about the Santa Caligon and everything else that you have going on there in Independence?
Sure. They can go to our website, which is www.santacaligon, and it's SANTACALIGON.com. And that's got vendor registration information and festival information and all.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on with us today, Amy.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it.
You bet.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a ball